Hey, good morning, everybody, to the morning show. All right, welcome to the morning show. This is a show where I test stuff out to make sure certain things are working, or if I footage footage from yesterday and I see anything that I didn't, something that I felt needed addressed. Instead, 16 just because it's a game that I'm very familiar with. I know how it performs. I know that there's lag. I know where there's usually lag at. How to, for the most part, counter some of it when I encounter it. So, um, all this extra stuff that I keep in my backpack into so that it's a backpack. All right.
Agent, I got something for you.
Yesterday stream afternoon. Um, at the end of the video, for whatever reason, like PlayStation, just as I was backing out, backing out of the game, delete something. The other deadly dads were trying to tell me something, and then PlayStation decided to kind of kick everybody out of the party, and you can see it by the reaction of me and the mighty one. That we were completely thrown off as into what happened. We left the chat. We didn't know if me delete that I deleted uh, backed everybody out. We were just kind of looking at it, and that's when the mighty one said, "I think they backed out, or I think Call of Duty kicked them out." He said something like that, where we felt that it was the game itself, because the game had been acting funny, had already kicked us out once. Um, but I myself did not back out. I was actually the last one to the party. See it on the stream
The lights are on, thanks to you.
where I quit. I'm not sure if if it
Got a piece of
shows
this
that
for
part,
you in your name.
but see, you should be able to see where I go in there to back out of the party, or where it tells me that I'm the party leader. I never backed out of the actual party,
See anything you want?
checking all the stuff, supplies and everything.
Agent, I need you to take care of
You be careful
I was
out there,
playing
buddy.
a Division, playing the Black Ops 4, and like there's a lot of things wrong with it. A lot of things wrong with it. Every time I play that game, I get frustrated, and I bring it up uh, to the attention of the rest of the crew. Hey, I'm having issues with this. Like stuff's lagging, stuff's not working right. I even went on not la not last night's stream, but the one that I went on there and went to the theater mode to show how bad some of the things were, and I was expecting just to catch the lag on there, but what it ended up catching was a whole lot of um, misplaced shots. Like the hit marker system on there is beyond broken. It is really jacked up, um, to the point where there was a one guy shooting another guy, and his shots were probably like 2 feet, if not more, behind the guy. So they were not right. His bullets weren't actually hitting that person. They're like 2 feet, like I said, 2 feet, if not more, behind the guy, and he ended up getting a headshot from it. And so instead of, and I see that happen in certain games. They have realistic the drop and stuff like that, where if there's a person running, if you hold your gun in front of that person at the same speed they're running, shoot the gun, the bullet would actually get to them and hit them depending how far they are and all that stuff. But this guy was shooting behind that guy. Say that guy was running to the right, shooting to the left of him, 2 feet, not more, to the left of him, and got the headshot. And it shows that video where he's shooting like a foot to the right, a foot to the left, a few inches above or below him. It shows him shooting and blood coming out and him taking huge chunks of life away from the other players without actually hitting the other player. And so to me that's very bad, because when you're trying to play and you have someone in front of you and you think that that you're hitting them, shooting at them, and then they move at the last second. Um, if you were shooting where they were at and then they move, you can still kill them, because the game is either lagging and still considers the player there, or you could shoot at them while they're standing still and then they move and you see them like, hey, they didn't take any hits while they were standing still, and it's because on their screen they weren't there anymore. They're already somewhere else. So no matter how you look at it, it's really bad. And I was experiencing that a lot. And on last night's stream, um, it got to the point where it wasn't laggy like it was before the first time that I stopped playing it. And then I went back because they did that whole update where supposedly they fixed the lag or whatever, which is complete bullshit. But now they're going to be releasing a new operator, which is going to bring so many people back to the game. People who weren't playing it or didn't play it as much, they're going to come back to that game to be trying out that operator. And I can only imagine the amount of lag and um, and just how busy the servers are going to be with that event going on. So with that in mind, and the fact that the game is already being glitchy for me, and then after seeing how bad the hit markers are and how badly they were actually affecting me, they weren't affecting everybody all the time. You would hear some of the members mention it from time to time. Oh, I experienced lag in this game, or that right there is the laggiest I've ever seen in this game. But they weren't getting it as much as me. So I suggested to them that they should keep playing that game because they're not having the issues that I'm having. So there's no point for them to step away from the game. There isn't. It's 100% fine for them to play it. So I was hoping they would want to play it and then still be in the chat with me while I'm playing something else. I'm thinking of just playing the Division, since it's a game that's, people still watch it. The game's still being played. The game's still awesome, even though it's I think 3 years old at this point. I figured I would just stream on this and kind of just stay up to date with the news of the game and what's coming out, what they're bringing up, and just kind of give a little bit of information whenever I get it on the Division itself or the Division 2. And then from time to time move on to other games. Me and my son were playing Onrush, which is the free downloaded game for the PlayStation Plus members this month. It's a really cool game. The only thing that happened with that footage was that because I It's my mistake, completely my mistake. I completely forgot that you're not allowed to play music um, on YouTube because of the copywriting stuff, and it's totally, I could totally understand you want someone playing music and then them getting views and getting paid for something that belongs to you. I totally get that. It was just me myself. I forgot about it, so I need to go back into that game and just lower the music all the way down. I actually left the music on because I really liked it, so it just completely um, like made me forget. That doesn't matter if you like it. You can't be listening to it while you're playing. So that was my bad. I ended up pulling that video down, but we did do about an hour and a half, like an hour and a half to 2 hours of gameplay on that game, and we were showing how nice that game is and how it's like it's racing, but the racing portion is not necessarily the main part of the game. It's more like team playing, earning points, um, trying to complete certain objectives that the game gives you itself. And you can go online. You can have like 6-on-6 matches where you're fighting other teams. And you have to like destroy them, bump them off the road, collect points, get to the finish line, get more of your players to the finish line first before they do. Just little things like that. And it's actually a really fun game. So we might be doing some more gameplay on that with some of the other members of the DDT. So we'll see about that. Um, I have mentioned it to them, but none of them were really clear whether or not they wanted to play. I know that sometimes I suggest games, and me and the Mighty One suggest so many games to them that sometimes they just want to keep it simple and play certain games. And me and the Mighty One, we play all the time. And me myself, I play more than them, so I get tired of games fairly quickly. Um, Obviously, the Division is not one of those games; just one of those games that just feels really, really good to play. Um, so I'm suggesting, hey, let's switch it up so that we're not playing the same thing all the time. But I totally understand that someone who doesn't play it as much as I do, like for example, I have like close to 3 months, I think, this character time played with this character alone, and then the other characters. I have 4 of them. The other characters have like 2 days and 3 days. I have one of them. I think has 2 weeks played. I have a lot of time played Vision. Um, Comparison to what they have played, because I don't even think my son is at a month yet of play, and he plays a lot. So actually, gonna get on today. Not on. Hopefully, or
Don't be shy.
something. I wonder how long this cache is. No timer or anything. And I want to save up like 5 keys, at least 5 keys, and then open it just for my personal experience. Whenever you get 5 keys and then you open it, you end up opening something close to 10 keys worth of stuff because of how much duplicate stuff you get. Hoping that's gonna be the case today, but not today. But when I get my 5 keys. Specific. I have to build them using right now. Still my Lone Star. I just changed up the guns. I wanted to see if I can get something that hits a little harder than Big Alejandro's. Because those you could only have 2 talents, and the third talent, no matter what, you have to share. Not share, but you have to use the one they give you. Can't really put 3 talents on there. And with these guns, that they're actually selling right now at one of the safe houses, they're decent, and I have them. I made them identical, and you can have that third talent active, so you could actually have 3 talents instead of just the 2. Guys, killing these guys out so they don't come sneak up on you. thought that guy was a nomad, but his thing is going down, so it was just probably a overdose. And we're not playing with modifiers. Having a hard time controlling the guns, and yesterday when I was having actually really did the control compared to the big Alejandros, but I guess because I was playing with the big Alejandros most of the day, and then so then going to these would be really good, and right now I'm starting with these. Guessing they're not as stable as I thought they were. Still.
Focus your fire.
Previous kind of This one's working a lot better than that other one was. Give it the follow. Yeah, we're just trying to pass this real quick. I'm just trying to get more GEs. I'm just trying to go for final measure pieces. I already have final measure that I use, but I keep getting told that I should get a 6-piece instead of the 5-piece or the 4-piece that I like using. So I'm gonna try to keep the pieces that I use for the 4-piece and then just add on to that and put some other pieces and still build it the same way but make it a full 6-piece. Just because when you get the full 6-piece, it benefits the rest of your team. And the way that I have it set up right now for me benefits me more than the rest of the team, just because it makes me have 50% skill haze. Shit, look at that guy. I have 50% skill haze, and I have like I think 10,000 electronics, and I still hit hard because I can pulse if I need to hit hard or whatever. Most of my guns are skill-based talents, so whenever I use a talent, I get an extra certain percent of skill, and a certain percent, or not certain percent skill, but I get a certain percent of damage output, which allows me to get the kill, which then increases my skill power, and then so on and so forth. So you can just stack it, and it's really good for me. It's really good to play it as a kind of like a medic, and just keep the team up with that build, especially since if they throw grenades at you, then suck those bad boys up too, and then use them. But you don't give anything to your team. You don't give any kind of boosters to your team. It's just strictly for you. And so I was being told that if I get the other one, it'll be better, because if they throw us grenades or whatever, it'll help the team out, put out more damage, and so on and so forth. So I was like, oh, let me just make one, because I had it before and I didn't like the 6-piece, so I ended up deleting the pieces I didn't need, but the ones I did need. So now I'm just trying to get some of those pieces back, and then just go for really good pieces. So if it's something that it's not like a kind of like a god roll for how I play, then I don't even keep it. It's become stiff tech at that point. Last set of shotgun. I wonder if I have the same skin. Backpack. Did I do them? No. The only thing that I'm running right now on it is the armor depletion. So both the guns are identical. Yeah. So I do have, I believe my Alejandro's had them, or have them. They had them and then I put them. But I have so many of them that bunch in my stash too. I have a bunch of stuff that has both of those, and it's typically what I run whenever I run legendaries, just because you do so much more damage having those on. I'll go when we go when we finish this one. I'll go back into the base and I'll show you all the other Alejandros I have, and I have some more on some of my other characters also. So I could put them on the Alejandros because I think it's one of the better guns as far as damage, but I don't know. I like to use the MG5s because of just because you can put three talents, whatever three talents you pretty much want. Hey Bar, last night, did you guys leave the chat? Or was that the game kicking everybody the hell out of the chat? Because I was backing out to the main screen to delete the game, and before the game was even deleted, it had already kicked all of us out. Like, it ended up making me the party leader. And it even kicked DJ out of the chat. Yeah, that's right too. You could put an extra attachment on them.
Anyone on your team requires aid immediately.
Shit, I took this bitch down. You saw how my character glitched right there? I started dropping the box and all of a sudden it just completely stopped me from dropping it. I went back and watched the end of the stream. Right. Yeah, did you see that? Because we were still talking to you guys, or you guys were still saying something about don't do it because of the last operator that they're gonna be doing on Tuesday, and I was already like just done and over with that game already at that point, like way before that actually, like 2 rounds before we finished. And so I backed out, and you guys were trying to say that, and then all of a sudden it just you hear like a I don't know, it was a weird sound, it sounded like static, and then everybody's shit just kind of turned off, and I was just wondering. I even told my son, like, what was that? If he left or whatever. He's like, no, I never left. I think it was a game kicking us out or something. And I was like, all right. And then it told me that I was the party leader. Yeah, dude. But that game, I don't know. I don't feel. I personally don't feel that I ever played again. I was waiting for that other specialist too, but the more I thought about it as we played, the more I thought, if it's already bad for me now, when that specialist comes out and everybody and their mom are gonna want to come back to the game and play that game to see if that specialist is any good, it's gonna make the servers like so cluttered, so jam-packed, that if I was having lag issues now, that it was kind of dying down because people are just kind of over it, um, I'm really gonna have issues. So I was like, there's no point, because every time they do an update, yeah, people are gonna come back to it, but it's also gonna jam-pack them. It's not a actual fix like they say that we're gonna fix the lag. Obviously, they didn't fix the lag. There's still some hiccups in there. It's a lot better, but it's not fixed. Um, because to me, better is not fixed. It fix is fix. And I was just kind of like, I don't know. I can't fucking do that shit. I can't play that game anymore. It just frustrates the shit out of me. when it doesn't count my kills. And then when I saw how bad the hit marker system was, I was done. Alright guys, so these are the other Alejandros that I have. Some of these are not even moved, so like this one I could put the damage to elites if I wanted to on that one. Another one. Another one. There you go, I could put it on that one also. I think the reason why I took it off is because with this build it's not, I can't have it active. So I changed it to something that I can have active. I want to say for a while I was using these ones. I was using armor depletion and the talent that I think is called accurate, the one that makes your like your little crosshair, that box usually starts off big and then it goes small. Well, with that on there, it actually starts it off small already, and then it just gets tighter. So you get really like laser beam shit to whoever you're shooting at. And I used to run them like that just because the Alejandros are like really hard to fucking um, to get them on there. But the more you use them, the more you get used to them, the more you can kind of control them. And it's one of those things that the LMGs has always been, where if you want them to be effective, you kind of have to hold down the trigger, because the longer you hold it down, the more accurate they get, the easier they are to aim and all that. Shit. Sometimes I end up having stuff on here and I don't even realize that stuff on here that I not need, stuff that's not classified. Just like so much shit anyway. Like I'm telling you, I carry so much shit that I might not use, but then I see it and I'm like, oh, that could be for a build, or that could, like like these suckers right here, the Midas. I actually like using the shit with Striker, and I have I think up like 4 or 5 of these suckers, and I use them with my Striker build because my Striker build has electronics in it, so I'm able to have talents active, and it gives me more. And then because you stack up anyways, it kind of defeats the whole 20% down, since you end up going a lot more up. And you could actually get them to hit damn hard, and the fact that you're taking their damage down, but yours keeps stacking up, is just really good. And I was checking that. That wasn't it. So I have those. I have a bunch of houses. So many fucking houses. I have a PPS all hooked up for my. I have a bunch of guns that are maxed out, fully optimized, and I have guns that are just in here. Just like I said, I use them for one build, and then I spend you know, money rolling certain things or something like that, and then I'm just kind of like, oh, well, I get rid of it. Like this one's actually pretty good. But since I moved my Lone Star around, I can't use that last one. Something that just the one. Another pair of identical MG5s. But like I said, since I can't activate those talents, I just don't. Yeah. And then I think the infantry MG5s hit harder too. They hit like, I don't know if it's a whole point higher or if it's like .5 higher or something like that, but I know they hit harder.
Alert, an agent has left your team.
Don't be shy.
Stocked. Square relay, that's the one that I fucking know. These guys are pretty good, so maybe we just push through it. See how these guys run it. I hope they're the kind that like to run all the way to the back and kick out the guy and then move our way forward, or even just start at the front and then work our way to the back. I hope they're not people who are like running all the way to the back and then staying in that room, because that actually, even though it is efficient, it does work, it takes a lot longer if you just go up front and just kind of kill everybody off.
Thank you so much.
Just three of us. We should actually go down there and start doing shit, because the difficulty is still not set to the before. So it'll be actually easier for us to get this going now than it will be if a joins us. There. Oh shit. Saw that shit coming.
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Oh, buddy.
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Shit. Thought this guy jumped down. Probably not the best time to be. Alright. My shit gonna be working right now?
agent has joined your team.
Wait,
Alert. Friendly division agent is down.
oh, am I not gonna get? Loading on air.
A little bit.
Warning. Additional hostiles detected.
I was hoping that food tech was gonna be on, but slowly work. Oh, because they started. I was like, what the hell's going on? I was trying to save that and then switch over to the reclaimer. And didn't get a chance, so I'm not. dark zone. I'm probably not even gonna switch to reclaimer. I'm probably gonna put my mission that I have that I made for offense.
You are now entering a safe area. Warning, now leaving the safe area.
I think the bed medics first. Oh, take a step back, guy. Bananas.
Warning, hostiles detected.
Oh, good. Go get me up.
Warning, hostiles detected.
that guy help. Just require yourself to get help to turn around. I was like, where am I getting shot from? I'm getting shot from.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
What? 5%. Jesus, I always have the worst timing for mech kits and stuff like that. I really try to fucking hit them like at the right time to like optimize them. You know what I mean? So that I don't hit them like when I have what 2 bars left. I like hitting them when I have like half a bar, but my timing is just fucking trash. I've never been good at that. Just probably another reason why I'm not good in the dark zone. You know, like my son DJ, that his timing, he could have like practically no health and then hit it and get himself up. And we have what's it, Jax, that has done it I think on 2 different occasions where he uses his recovery link as like such a good timing for it that he starts to actually go down and his own recovery link picks him up. It's freaking crazy. And me, I can't use a med kit. Jesus. See this issues with porting stuff. I see something that should be better, and like the houses are good, but they can't hold as many rounds as those as the Navy MP5s or whatever. I think those hold 70, and the regular ones only 66. Sometimes, depending on what you're doing, it's better just to have those. You don't get that extra 20%, but depending, like I said, depending what build you're using, probably better off. I think those are even better when you're trying to do a shield build. But I would keep that, but keep fucking getting shit. I'm trying to get rid of shit. I keep getting. Um. Yeah, for a shield build, I think those are actually better to use the house. Um. because of the fact that you could, depending how you build it or how you, if you're using it like to kind of take on elite stuff like that, or you're just gonna use it to shoot at anybody, you could put like that third talent, since you're gonna be so heavily spec'd into like stamina to be able to get all the talents and shit from the shield. Um, and you get that one, you could put a talent that you wouldn't normally be able to have active as your third talent, and then put two talents that you can have active on your first and second talent, and then that ends up making it, depending how, like I said, how you set it up or how you have your shield, because some people spec their shields. Some people spec their shields into stamina and then some electronics, because having extra electronics actually allows you to have more health on your shield. And then some people do it where it's bare minimum stamina just to hit the 9, and then the rest gets all thrown into firearms, so they don't have a whole lot of um, electronics or like skill haste and stuff like that. Literally, you get that from the pieces. You try to get pieces that have skill haste. I think it's still good to have, because if you lose your shield, you want to be able to get that sucker back pretty fast, considering that that's what your build is based off of. So, like I said, depending how you build it, those Navy MP5s actually end up being better. Honestly, I'm gonna haven't used my KFC in the something. Same. I wish I had another MDR that had talents that I could use, because I know I have one. Then I can wake up. I know have some on my other characters. But I really don't want to sign off and then go grab them and come back.
This is my friend.
Stupid! Over here!
Dog zone where? Yes. Why'd you invite me to the dog zone? You know how I feel about shit. Where in the history of ever have I been okay with being invited into a dog zone?
I don't want to fight.
It's like
Hey, y'all guys. I want to fast travel to one of the safe areas. Well, I have a friend here with me.
Take a look at your future arsenal.
here while I'm here. I'm definitely that shit. And fuck, I guess. Nothing else to go out there with. to witness how bad I am. Alright, so like I said, that mid kit timing shit. Like I just don't know. No matter how much like the mighty one knows how to play on here really good, and Jax and Down are both really good at this too. A lot better than me, no matter what they say. Um, and they kind of know the movement somewhat, but me, I'm not great with the movement on here. So that's where I get, cause see, like people, they stand there and they trade off, right? Like face tanking or whatever, and then you see them face tank you, face tank you, and then they move and they start to heal and they start to do that stuff. Me, even though I've been told many a times that build is not the same on here as it is on PvE. In my head, I'm still like, okay, my build does this much damage PvE, so I should be able to function like nothing, and that's not always the case because there's times where I've come in here and my guns that normally do like.
Hey, dude, hey, Starface, I have to go. I have to go. Just joking. I don't have anything.
Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
Warrior was him and like two of his friends, and we were playing and we were doing the legendary runs, and then they told me like, hey, let's go in the dark zone. Your build should be good for the dark zone. It's one of those people that right away assume that a build is good for both or something, and I was like, none of my builds are good for the dark zone because none of my builds are built for the dark zone. I don't even know how to build builds for the dark zone. And we came in here and we actually did really good. We took on some manhunts and stuff like that, and we killed off a lot of people, but I was using a reclaimer, and so we did a lot of damage and we were running through shit. Ended up getting a lot of stuff with them, and then we got into a fight where one of his friends decided that they were gonna go rogue, and we actually won the fight. And this was, I believe, still even before they changed the whole way that rogues work. So that shows how long ago I came in here. And then after that, usually when he sends me invites to the dark zone, I come in, I see that he's in here, and then I just leave. Then he sends me a message, he's like, oh, sorry, that's right. So, I mean, he knows, but I guess he just shoots an invite just to kind of see if I'm willing to come in here. But we got that one time, I'm pretty sure we were just lucky. Or I was, at least, that I didn't die. And he had, I don't remember what the one friend he had, what his name was, but that dude was a monster. He was using like an alpha bridge built.
Oh, this is a time where you get to get some stuff too.
Yeah, it was freaking crazy. C-Bar, if you're watching, who does Warrior remind you of with that little rogue button? I wonder if it was our teammates that did the rogue thing, because we went rogues for like affiliation for being part of the group, I believe, because those two dudes are down.
There's something up there you can get.
30 seconds till extraction complete.
I'm good. Pick up shit in the dark zone. I'm just gonna end up getting killed and have shit taken from me anyways. Yeah, I didn't even realize there was another person there. That's how bad my awareness in here sucks ass. I don't mind playing like
Too
a
late.
skirmish and or skirmish and last time I don't mind playing those because it's more like it's 8 on 8. You have a group of members that are there, so you're not gonna be singled out. And then on skirmish or whatever, it's 4 on 4. You know what you're getting into. You know that you're gonna have once again 4 people. But in the dark zone, it could be just you, and you could have like 15 people trying to fucking kill you, or you can be a group of 4 and have like 15 people trying to kill you. So it's a completely different animal. Oh, I should have gone to the checkpoint.
Oh my gosh, that was freaking hard.
I'm here, right? All trash.
If I had to go, I don't know if I do or not.
Let's go over here that way I can get out. Probably gonna be leaving because, like I said, I was willing to come in here and see what's going up, but looks like they're just looking for fights. That way I can just go to the vendor, see what they got.
What?
Shit up.
There, I had you guys as a friend.
Techno.
Accepted it, right?
Yeah, I hear him talking. I think he's talking to the other guys because they have said stuff with the mics, but I don't know if he's like in a private chat with them or what. I can't hear them at all. See how the other guy, you can see his mic going, but I can't hear him at all. And I don't know if this was one of the guys that he was playing with before, because I know he plays with another guy who streams, and that guy mutes everybody except for like certain people.
Alright, see you guys.
Let me stick. The vendor. There you go, guys. If you guys are looking for some range for your support stations, go bang. This again. West 46th Street. That's the max one. That's the highest you can get for it. Those are the ones that I have on my reclaimer.
You don't want to buy someone else will.
Put that on there. You slap it on your box. Do all 4. That's how big it ends up being, from 750 to 1313. I wish it was a little bigger because it's still smaller than the medics, than the NPC medics. I wish it would make it just a tiny bit bigger so that we can get the same size box as them. I mean, still good though. for skill hit. All of them. Skill pop. I know that if I get rid of skill, you know what? Let me go move this guy around. I have it like this for a reason, but I used to be able to use it good. Before I would, the way I would have it is I would have um electronic mods with skill power instead of skill haste, and then it would be super high. Your skill powers, have it over 10,000 or whatever, but then you can't hit hard. For guns, you can't hit hard with your guns. You can't. Your toughness isn't that high or whatever. But you can really help out your team like that. Of the healing rate, it just heals so much. See.
Your attention, please. The interface discussion group will be held on Sundays at 1500 hours in room 14. All
Firearm mods. I didn't even pay attention. Oh, that's right. That's why I did it this way. Yeah. Because it was just enough healing, but then I actually do damage because I believe I hit for with the house. I hit for like 64,000 when I hit him in the head, and then it's like 54 or something like that when I hit him in the body. And then I use a pulse, so then it gets it up higher, so I can actually hit for like 70,000, something like that with the house. And then with this one, it still hits pretty hard too. The way I have it like this. I gotta remember that I had two pieces.
Your attention, please. Do not, I repeat, do not feed the stray dogs near the perimeter. They are wild animals, and interacting with them is not safe.
The firearms with skill haste. I want to say, sure, man. Send me an invite. I want to say that, yeah, I was gonna say, I want to say that it would get up to above at 350, and I was thinking about it, I was like, I think that's the old number. Once they did the 1.8 update, you can get it up higher than that, so that's actually um, as high as you can get it, because these are all 67, which is a max, and it's all max 322. That's the highest you can get on that, so I think this is as high as you get it. And then it also the talents you have.
Your attention, please. Extra blankets will be available
This,
for distribution at
this
1500
one,
hours. One blanket
destroying stuff boosts you up. For me, I like having this one because when you kill someone, it extends the duration, and even though you can't hit that hard, what you do is you let your teammates know, or actually you don't even have to let your teammates know because you're trying to keep them alive. What you do is you um, this one, it's another one.
Your attention, please.
Your whole point is for you to be healed.
Have a special treat in the
But what you do is you wait to see who has a little bit of life, and right when they're about to die, you shoot them so that you can get that increase on damage. And then you also want to have these talents on your gun so that whenever you use a skill, it increases the amount of damage you put out. And then when you kill someone, um, it gives you that back into your skill. So you just kind of actually, I don't want to save it just in case I don't like it. Or I can't use it anymore. Say I got used to playing with it the way. and I see almost 30,000. And then you can get a lot higher than that. I think you can, if you put the maxed oh, 300. I don't know if you heard me. I said I'm down to play if you want. I'm still gonna be on for a bit. Um, but what some people do is instead of putting the range, these two right here, or the four of them, they put the healing rate. I think it's like 5.0 is the highest healing rate, and then you end up doing something like 34, say 4,000 um per second healing, and then you just keep the same thing as far as these go, the talents on the guns. And then what ends up happening is whenever you kill someone, it gives you that increase of skill power. And then if you happen to kill someone and then shoot a box, then that gives you that extra stack, so now you're stacked even higher. And I believe you could actually heal for something like 45,000 when everything is fully stacked. And you just have to be on top of everything. And what some people do is they'll run the the healing rate mods. They'll run those two talents, and then instead of running like the pulse like I have, because the pulse is like 42 and 42, it's like why not fucking have this? Of course, depending on the team, you might want to put the defibrillator on there. How about the team if they're going down but they're like kind of pushing it and you see that they're good offensively, like they hit hard, definitely want to put the defibrillator because the longer you can keep them up, and in the fight, the faster you move around. But what some people do is they'll actually run a sticky because you can, I mean, it's damn near a million. So what they do is they use that to take down boxes. They shoot the boxes a few times, take a little tiny bit off the box, and then you shoot it with the sticky, and it kind of guarantees that you're gonna get that bonus for destroying people's stuff. And it's the same thing. As soon as you see someone that has like kind of pretty much no armor, hit them with the sticky, and you um or you not hit them with the sticky when they're almost dead. You hit them with the sticky to take off their armor, and then you switch over to your gun and you take them out with your gun, and then that gives you that increase for getting the kill, the talents on your gun. And you also run the pistol the way I have it, so that whenever you're not using it, you're getting headshots, and you stack up on headshots, and you get your stuff back even faster. And then this right here, you don't really have to worry about not having the skill haste and it taking too long, because what you do is you want to kind of have it hidden, but at the same time put it where the NPCs can still have angles to shoot it, because you kind of want them to shoot it and blow it out before it runs out, but you don't want them to destroy it. Put it somewhere so obvious that they destroy it when you need it. So you definitely don't want to do that. You want to put it somewhere where it's still kind of hidden, but still also kind of exposed.
Your attention, please. Tonight we have a
On
special
offline, he's
visit
just literally
commissary. We received
talking
a
about
large
division.
shipment of candy canes. All are welcome to have a bit of holiday cheer.
I wonder if like any of the main characters here, like all these people, whatever their name is, yes, and all these chicks, um, like this lady in here, the security dude, the what's her name, Fei Lao or something like that. This chick, the dude up there. I wonder if any of these dudes end up carrying over to Division 2, like they transfer over there to help or something, um, or if it's just gonna be like 100% completely its own thing. I like using this gun right here because if you pulse, um, stack towards your signature, and then if you get the headshots, you stack towards anything. And then on this gun right here, on mine I have this, but normally you would want to have that other one, the one that's a fist that gives you 7.5% of stuff back also, and that's like the god roll for an electronics build, because it's all electronics based. Like anything, you're gonna constantly be getting stuff back, constantly be pushing. Not even showing up on the map. It says you're with me, but I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Alright. So, hopefully we can do this. Last time we tried this and it took forever, so I think we'll start this side. And we'll just legendaries. Let's do a little. Let's do this one.
I've got no idea what they're.
So, just start from this way and work our way to the left. Last time we tried to do it to run all of them, we kept dying on the. I was trying to show builds and try to do all this stuff while 300 and then I think Futek and a random, they were actually trying to play the thing, play the mission, and I was too. But there was people asking me about certain builds, so I was showing what I had in the build. I kept dying, so it was like, oh man. So doing that mission took forever. So we're finally like, hey, let's just pick something else, and we're like, all right, one last time. On the very last time we ran it, we actually passed it. So rather than to do that again and end up dying, I was like, let's start off with something semi-simple, work our way to the harder stuff, because I feel like the field hospital actually is, to me, I think that's the hardest one there is, because Grand Central Station and the General Assembly, they're just longer missions, but they're not necessarily harder missions.
A new agent is joining your team.
I think I myself upstairs. Throw my box so that it kind of covers me, but them also. Like it ain't worth it, damn. Just... Might be a reclaimer too. 300, are you running a reclaimer or doing size box you got there, buddy?
Oh, fuck you, man. I think the snipers are fucking with me right now because I keep getting hit and I don't know what the fuck is coming from. Definitely. Just built a base around that house to be able to do the damage, but right now at this distance I just don't think it's the best idea. I might be able to hit him, but I'm not gonna hit him with a shot. Like I'm doing any better with this shit though. And my health comes back in chunks just because of how low my fucking toughness is. Alright, I need to pop this box. I need to move forward. It's not gonna work. Oh yeah. Up here. And actually, it's not. I remember at one point I used to run the Reclaimer and I used to have 4 pieces that were box range. Not 4 pieces, 3 pieces that were the box range. And then 1 piece that was actually for one of them that was for a sticky bomb so that I could hit over the mil mark. And then it was like 1.1 mil or 1.2 mil, something like that for the sticky. And so you were like pretty much tactician pretty much for high. This was before the low classified when it was just the 4 pieces. Or it might have been, no, this was before 1.8. That's what it was. So you can get up, you can get your stuff up super high. You get really hard. It's pretty cool. Like this Reclaimer thing, there's so many different variations just because this was my main build forever. I started with the Lone Star build. It's the main build. And then once I found out, I didn't know about this build. Someone told me about it when I told them about my Lone Star. They're like, oh, I'm running a Reclaimer. This is what it does. You should get a 4 piece to see if you like it. And if you like it, try to go for the 6 piece. I was like, all right. And then I just reading what the 4 piece did, and being that I really love being a team player and just kind of helping out and stuff like that. Like the way that my Lone Star was built before was had I think it was like 5 dice in electronics, and then the rest into firearms, and I would use the electronics to kind of sustain myself, staying alive. And then I had 2 parkas that had the talent, the one that gives you the 7.5 back or whatever, and then I forgot what the other one was, but it was just so I can keep that box up longer. And then I had range, 2 range, 2 healing rates, and then I was kind of like a medic. And because you were able to just swap the guns over and reload them, I was able to just constantly be putting fire down range, and then it's really easy to suppress people with light machine guns. So that was like my go-to. And then when someone told me about the Reclaimer and the 4 piece, I grinded for like 2 weeks straight, just playing anything that I thought may give me Reclaimer pieces, just to get that 4 piece. And then I got the 4 piece, and I think like probably like a week after getting the 4 piece, and taking the time to fix it and kind of build it up or whatever, I found out that they had well, not found out, but I think that's when they announced the global event for the 6 piece of it. I was like, what, a 6 piece of this shit? And I was like, what's it gonna do? I was so psyched up about it. And then once I got my hands on it, it was like the only build that I was using.
So yeah, you can still hit pretty hard, just with the armor depletion, and then the way that the increase of the pulse, just because of how much skill power you have. And when you pulse, not only do you make your team hit really, really hard, but you could actually hit pretty hard too, which keeps you you know, kind of like relevant in the fight. You could actually be of use, and you're not just there healing the whole time, which was at first I thought was the best thing to do. You just literally wanted to heal. You just literally wanted to make sure your team was alive the whole time, but kind of keeping your team up the whole time. Oh, wrong. Fucking. God damn it. That was useless. Thought I had my fucking recovery link. But what you want to do is, well, what I quickly realized is that when the medic is actually pushing and kind of pushing the team forward with box, like, hey, if you want to heal, you got to move forward. And that's kind of how you do it, where you don't have a set team and you just play with random people. That's the best way to go about it. So then I started thinking, well, I should put some damage into my build. And I did that, and I got carried away, and I did too much damage into my build and not enough healing, and I lost the ability to be able to box back if they shot it. The whole big thing. And then I was like, okay, I need to find the right mixture of this. So I was like, what if I put health, because I'll be able to stay up longer. My box will actually keep me up longer as well, which will keep me in the fight, and I, damage over time. Like, I might not do a lot of damage right off the bat, but because I could stay up longer, I would be able to do more damage than I could if I had very little health. So then I did it that way, and then I was like, I ended up finding out that that wasn't that great of a thing to do either, just because your damage is so low that you can't really, it doesn't really help you out too much. And then I didn't have the right talents on my guns either. I had some randomness on my guns, just because I honestly didn't believe that having the talents active were that big a deal as long as they were doing decent damage. And then I ended up getting a gun. Someone gave me a gun and said, hey, for your build, you're highly spec'd into skill, right? And I was like, yeah, so I'll try this gun out. I bet you this gun will be fucking awesome for you. So I was like, cool, and I got it, and it had the 2 talents that you see on the guns that I have now. And then the third talent, I can't remember what the third talent was, but he told me you might want to change the last talent. And so I was like, alright, cool, sounds good to me. And I tried it out, and quickly I started doing damage. And then after that, I thought, hey, if I pulse, I should be able to do more damage. And then that's when I started really doing a lot of damage, and I was like, alright, this build in particular, the talents are crucial on the guns. Like, you need to have those talents on them so that you can push that damage out. And the reason why I chose to make this for submachine guns instead of assault rifles, even though I do use assault rifles, is because with assault rifles, if you pulse, you get a decent amount of damage. It's really good, and it's there all the time with the assault rifle. So I felt like that was pretty good. But if you do it with the house, you get almost that same amount of damage, plus the bump up from having the 12% on your build. And then on top of that, the house gives you 20% stack. So I was like, stack on stack on stack. I was like, that'll be really good, and it shoots fast, and it's easy to control. So I just thought, all around good build. So for stuff that's up close and in your face, it's the house. For stuff that gets a little bit further away from you, look, step out a little bit, then I go to either that Liberator, or I have a pair of lightweights. I have some low C's that I really like, but it just depends what I want to use, and they have to have those talents on it. Once they step out like that, to me the house is no longer effective. And then section here, switch the pulse over. Because I like running on that right side and Trying to go all the way up. I like going that right side and just trying to run all the way up and then get up above the like the catwalk or whatever, and then I can put my box down, and if the team decides to stay down there, the box will sustain them. That's gonna fuck me. That might have actually worked for me
Attention on your team requires aid
in
immediately.
my favor. Yeah, they stay down there because it's. I mean, everybody's in front of you, so why wouldn't you? Not that bad of a choice. But I like being up here because they don't really focus on here. I could really just concentrate on shooting them. And then right now that we got that dude right there, what I'm gonna try to do is try to keep health on him as much as possible to keep him and his shield up, and he will be able to distract them and get their attention, which then gets the rest of the team to be able to get shots on people that we normally wouldn't be able to get shots on. It's just really all, it's more like strategy when you're playing like support, you know, which I feel like for the Reclaimer is probably the biggest one for support. So it's just about playing the role of your build. You could always make your builds, even though it's meant for one thing, you could always change it up a little bit and make it do something else. But when you really play the role that it's intended to be played for, is when you see them shine. You can see that right away by not having that pulse, like the amount of damage I'm doing is nowhere near with the pulse, and that's because of also because since you need skill to kind of bump up the damage on it. Over face tanking and shit. I knew it, I knew it. That's what I just said. I was like, crazy ass. I got you, I got you. I'll hit you guys right now with health, alright? But not to move that far away. Stayed in my box. And then I'll show you guys, if you guys have the build like me, that you have the 7.5 range, I'll show you where you guys throw the box already. And I think most people might know this already, but if you guys don't, I'll show you guys where you should be putting the box at. Because the majority of the time when I play with people, most people, there is a few people who run around, but most people typically stay up here and try to cover the field. What you do is you throw it up here. And literally this whole top floor is now covered. Right before I hit the fucking tank. Hey, you bastard. under us, under us, under us. I already. Opening. Oh yeah. I'll speed things up. Coming up here, house tag. Quick. Shit, guy. Go fire. Oh. I don't know if I had the right angle. Yeah, it worked. Ow. Cool, man. Is his box still down? Show it. Minutes, not bad, guys. Bad. Ready? Photo. Photo. Most likely gonna be spamming the pistol. Hack link first. Get the tech link back home. Stay home. Because we have that dude with the shield, so tackling for him, but I'll save it for the group of people that come out the door. And then if I do it right, I should be able to oh, I don't think this is gonna work now. But if I would have done it, if the timing would have been right. Picking you up? What's going on? You could actually tack link it, kill everybody in there, and then instead of me using the tack link, I would actually be just using my pistol to shoot faster. getting those headshots and stacking up to get it back. By the time that these guys are all dead, I'll usually have my attack link about halfway back up, and then when the second group comes out, I'll just keep using my pistol, and that'll give me the attack link so that when it's time to do the bosses, I have it again. And then you just switch your pulse into a fire turret, throw it kind of close by the steps so that they burn them, throw a fire grenade out there before they even step down, and then get them stuck. And you hit that attack link. Everybody uses their actual guns for that attack link, and you try to focus on the medics first, and then once you have them all down and dead, up that second. You have them all down and dead, then you go for torque, and then you always leave the big guy at the end because the big guys are dumb. Fuck with them. But and also because, say for example, we kill off just one of the medics and we don't get a chance to get two off the attack link, I'll go out of my way to go after Dum Dum, the big shield dude, and go nothing but headshots, so that I could do it with my pistol. And then by the time that it's time to kill the big guy, I'll have my attack link again and wreck the big guy. Boxed out because these motherfuckers want us dead. And just body block. Guys are gonna be them. Gotta buy time. Buy myself time by not shooting at them. Fire turret down here. Fire grenades, you throw a fire grenade there. Throw your box. Bang, I shield. That link. For your heals, that's 2. Now I switch over to a pistol and I work on stacking. Fire turret down, pull them off. It's 3. We actually kill those guys off so fast I don't think I'm gonna be able to get my tag link back.
Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
I almost got it back. 70% of the way. Yeah. That's pretty much what you... And the more people that know how to do that, it actually works out a lot better. Because, like, say I threw my turret down, but if someone else had a fire turret also, then they would be able to actually throw it. Which I'll show you guys. So you want to, if you don't have the one that shoots far, if you have a build that shoots the fire far, you want to actually put it on this corner right here, right? If you don't have one, then you put it where I put it, was down here. And then if you have a second fire turret, you actually want that here. But you don't want it right on the corner, you want it kind of like right, so that it could shoot around. And then the next one you want is right here. So you want to have, if you have a strong one, you have it up here. If you have a weak one, you want to have it either here, here, actually like right where this line is at, right here, and then one on this quarter right here. Because what that does is you throw that fire grenade, it slows them down, gives everybody time to put their stuff down. This one hits them dead on, and then if you have it all covered, all different angles, they really don't typically want to. Let me see what they don't want to push, so they'll either end up going back back inside the room where they came out from. And if they do that, hit the attack link. Um, you hit the attack link as they're running up. You're shooting them, so that's giving them a massive amount of damage. And then when they run up there, you could have whoever has the most amount of damage go up there with them, and he could just keep pounding at them, because if they run down, they're gonna get hit by the fire, and the fire shouldn't be doing nothing to him, especially when you have the box down like I do, because of the immunity that it gives you to all that damage. You'll be fine. And then if you don't have a reclaimer that can do that for you, just have an immune box and throw it up there. It'll still have the same effect. Just throw it like right here in this corner so that they can't break it. And you could just be up here shooting them, and as soon as they start running down, just back up to here, and then your teammates are all going to be able to shoot. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to have everybody run up there. If everybody runs up there, and the chances of them actually killing you is very high, because they're no longer on fire. So you'll be actually tunneling yourself for an ass whooping. You'll be right here. They'll all be like right here. And what I've seen happen is that the first wave guy will actually do that roll that they do and take you out. And then the medics just kind of stand in the doorway and shoot you. And the big shield guy typically stays in the back. I don't know why he stays in the back, but he's. I don't know what happened with 300. I don't know if he had to go or something, but it's always nice playing with 3. Probably to get another one going right now. I'm gonna stay with this build and just try to help people out. See, hopefully, and no one wants me to do napalm or the power relay. I don't like them when there's global events. Those are the two that I just don't like. Especially napalm. It's too time consuming, and then people want to run it with the modifiers, which takes even longer. Hey 3, if you're still on the stream, let me know if you're gonna come back or if you were done or what. I know that sometimes people disconnect and then they just what do you call it? Like you back out all the way and you go back in, it loads you back in and sends you right back into the. As long as you don't close out the application, it'll send you back into the.
Let's talk Grand Central. The LMB have set up shop there and control the surrounding area. Heavily manned checkpoints, automatic gun emplacements. The place is a freaking fortress.
It's a major forward base for them, and it's well supplied with troops and munitions, which they've been moving through the subway tunnels.
A small team.
I think honestly, three might have just left. Oh, because he disconnected like right at the end, or it was perfect timing for the game to go. To let him out or whatever. Disconnect.
Every combat effective we've got.
Because it was right at the end. So I'm gonna get off because I know that longer. And then if he still wants to play, I'll just join. Because he's not. Right.
Let's talk Grand Central. The LMB have set up shop there and control the surrounding area. Heavily manned checkpoints, automatic gun emplacements. The place is a freaking fortress.
It's a major forward base for them, and it's well supplied with troops and munitions, which they've been moving through the subway tunnels.
Hey.
A small team.
Coffee's all cold. I need to get some. The little. They're for the mugs. You put your mug on it and plug it in or whatever, and as long as it has a text weight on it or a sensor or something, I don't know exactly how they work, but as long as it detects that the mug is there, it turns on and then it keeps everything mug warm.
New agent has joined your team.
Really? I know that in this one, if you do power relay, when you get to the side where the bosses are at, and you need to restock, you can dark zone, stock, come back out, or you can go in there and it's considered a safe zone. So as long as your skills are all the way cooled down, you can swap out of builds. Well, you can do that here too. You do it on this one. But yeah, you can do this one too. Get to past the checkpoint in the middle where you're down there in the computer room or whatever. You get past that and you go upstairs, and you know how that shotgunner usually comes straight down after you. If when you go up there to your left hand side, there's a dark zone entrance, and you can go in there and restock and do it. This is another mission where you can do it, and I believe there's one more mission that on, but it's not popular missions. So is it this? I don't remember. Just know that there's another mission where the dark zone's really close to you. There's actually a way of going in there. As long as your team stays in the mission, you're able to kind of keep going.
You gotta be kidding me!
For me to leave. That's what I don't want. Whenever I'm hosting, it takes forever for people to. And where I'm not hosting, just join around the party. You're always like the last one in. That way you're just.
Let's talk Grand Central. The LMB have set up shop there and control the surrounding area. Heavily manned checkpoints, automatic gun emplacements, the place
You guys
is a
ever had this
freaking
happen where
fortress.
it lags on the maps? Trying to do stuff.
It's a major forward.
Just touch it and you stop and it slides way past what you were trying to do. So it's doing right now. That's why I'm going nope, nope, nope. Trying to do something and it's making.
And when you do, we'll be going in with every combat effect.
I can't get nobody on this one to General Assembly.
If you do this right.
Let's see if there's anybody.
Now entering a safe area.
What are you waiting for?
So, this is the big one. LMB's last foothold on the island is the last place you'd expect.
I know it's a global event, so most people want to do the two that are for the global event. But it's actually quicker to. It's not global event when it's a legendary. You don't have to deal with the modifiers and you gain the 50,500 for it. And if you modifiers, you only get like 125 extra, which is crap because stuff harder. End up hitting. Change it back to the recovery link for end up hitting. Link. See that? predator. I think this is the guy that was just with us on the other. Say that's what. My fucking sound is so glitched right now. Yeah, so I can't even hear him shooting at me. Hopefully once we go into this stuff. Because grenadiers and shit behind. Just like as soon as I come on this side, all the sound comes in and it's all like static and laggy. If I go on that side, it dies down. I should have reloaded this gun for it. And the audio is still fucked 'cause I hate when the audio gets all jacked up, because then you can't hear them coming, you can't hear them, oh, he's over there, like, a little shit like that. Why is my shit not hit? That's gonna hurt. That was actually perfect, him trying to come after me. Put his back to the team. It's so annoying because I don't know who's shooting who. This guy doesn't look like he's shooting at all, but he could actually be shooting. That guy up there moving. That doesn't. It's taking up a slot.
Alert. An agent is now leaving your team.
Must have been him who was making it lag. As soon as he left, all the audio came in.
Another agent has joined your team. I wish these guys had stronger builds that would put in my pushing forward, because everybody's just kind of sitting back. So I don't know. I know one guy had like, looked like he had like some sort of a tactician build or something. He was shooting people with stickies. Right now, I mean, no one's doing anything. If they don't start pushing more so we can get this done quicker, yeah, I'm gonna taking off and calling it ending the stream just because I still need to do stuff and it's starting to get time.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
Getting a little like laggy because I have to be pressing my skills at the tap like 2 or 3 times before it actually puts me down. Very funny for me right now. I have no idea. The audio's kind of fun. We are definitely back. And like I'm not doing any damage to this. Not with aim like that. I knew he was there and I still fucking pushed it. That's my own fault. That's how hard they're fucking pushing for me right now. I could just imagine this section. Shotgunners come right in the back at the end. That's gonna be fun. heard some movement. Just have to check the cameras. I don't want to use this fire grenade right now. I want to wait until we kill these guys off so that I can put on that door, slow the shotgunners. Yeah. Kill anybody now, because I want to get the box back. That's what I was hoping. Distracted and want to take the box out, not us. What was that? Shit, that fucked me up.
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Buddy. This is all fucking... Oh my god. I don't know what happened there because my box went down and it didn't come back up on its own for me to be able to bring down. I managed to get the link off, which picked up. Happy that that worked out. Jesus. I honestly thought we might go down when they started going. I hit that link to try to keep us up, but honestly don't know what happened there. They destroyed my box, and then it didn't give it back to me. It showed the timer on it. It wasn't healing me at one point. Damage. I think it was just too much going on. Worst thing you can do, okay? Shit. Not where I wanted the box, but let's put it up. Medic should definitely not be the one to do that run, but pushing. completely disconnected. Yeah, so I think that's I'm gonna end up ending it because that is craziness. What's going on? Like I have my box right here, which means all that should have been covered. So why that guy wasn't getting picked up on my box, I have no idea, because it's not like he's a, what do you call it? Alpha bridge. Because normally when they're alpha bridge, you'll see it right over their head. I think it's one of the builds that shows it all the time because of the fact that you can't pick them up. And the audio being backed up, not helping me. What the hell are you guys doing running all the way over there? It's still showing another. Okay, it's all the way there. Oh, that guy just came in. This is one of those guys that likes to skip that part. It's not. Sorry, I don't mean to look into the camera like that, but right under the camera, the stream, I have my own monitor for my actual cameras that are in my house. And I'll keep hearing things around the house. I don't see nothing on camera, so assuming it's probably really windy outside. Maybe that happens when it shakes shit and then it sounds like it's inside the house, but it's actually out the house. Most likely would.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
The audio's trying to catch up to itself, but it's too late.
Echo beacon detected.
Maybe. Seen that before. Oh. Can't tell this guy. Probably not a good idea for me. I don't have one. Shit. Get some bullets. Like how this guy's doing it. So I forgot what the hell it's called. But the thing that gives everybody a boost for being in cover, and then rocking that together with the one that picks up his team. So obviously a team player. Oh man, good placement on the box from their medic. This next section, um, it's pretty much the same thing, you just hold them up. But the section that Alja talked about is the one after this where the bosses come up from this side. If you ever do this mission and you're struggling, it's taking too long to get certain things done, like you just get stuck in the endless EMP pulsing wave or whatever, the first wave, that's most likely because you're over there where those guys are at, on that side of the building. Everybody should be over here except for one guy that activates the laptop. Everybody else should be over here. You should put a fire turret on that door. And why don't it's right there? Damn it. I saw that shit coming. Face. Oh, throw it down. Not letting me do anything. Wow. Again, and then it starts off with the action of throwing the grenade, which is not what I was fucking. Not the grenade, but the fire turret, which is not what I was trying to do at all. That was what I was trying to do when I went down. Is that look guy trying to kill my? Yes, he is. That happened.
Friendly division agent is down.
And now the box is. This is a shit show. You. Not the way it should go. And it only happened because I didn't have my turret down because this thing was. There's a delay and it's really fucking me up right now. Now these guys are out. See there, so. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys ever had that. I get it from time to time. I know DJ gets it from time to time. It's a small little delay in the menus, which doesn't really affect your gameplay. But it does when you're trying to switch, like how I was doing it with the turret. It was that little extra time that I needed to switch out that I just didn't get because
What the hell is two? Actually, I need to get a little closer because I need this fire turret to reach him to keep him at bay. Up back. Kind of forced him out. Normally he'll stay back there. There's no one back there, but the striker like definitely forced his ass out. And it's either fire turret or get hit with a striker. I would take on the fire turret, especially if it's depending how he has a striker set up. You know what I mean? He has it like for damage, and he's just gonna fucking wail on you. That fast? Should honestly kind of stack up for him. Trying to get rid. No. Why is it always like gas guns? 100 should give you the best guns with the best fucking talents in there, or at least one really good talent. This shit. I've had them drop the fucking pistol for me. Thought it was supposed to be stuff that you can buy, but I don't know if you can't buy it no more. Check that off. But the exotic pistol's fucking garbage. And it'll give you that, or it'll give you Rhino. One, they're fucking garbage.
I usually like waiting 2 second times a day. There's gonna be one more time when it gets really close like this. That's when I like hitting my tank. Usually it gets really low to you, so if it doesn't get really low, it's not. Joy shape. I'm pretty close to us. Drop down. That's where you want to hit it. Down. Oh, no, what do I want to do? Usually it comes lower than that faster than what it did. And if you time it just right, you could actually kill it before these guys even come out. And then you just bypass all this shit and you don't have to do this extra crap. And definitely has to be the striker hitting them. Checking. Swore I saw Predator.
Alert. An agent is leaving the team.
Take Predator for shit. I should never even on my sucks because I given that to someone, but I put not knee pad. I put that because I guns on. Yeah, that's damn near perfect right there. At least for how I play. Alright guys, that's gonna be the stream for me. I will be back on in the afternoon from the regular stream. I really don't know what I'm gonna be playing on there. I might play some of that on and just kill the music so I don't get in trouble again. Um, but I really don't know what I am going to be doing. I just know I'm not gonna be doing anything Black Ops related anymore, just because, like I said, that game it's broken. It's broken. The hit markers is messed up. The lag is fucking bad. Connection to servers is bad. There's really no dedicated anything. And when you try to contact them to inform them of issues, all they tell you is that they're already aware and that they are working on it. And then when you go to forums to ask, to aware of what, a lot of the times people don't even know that's a thing that's going on. Sometimes you'll have like 15, 16 people who have reported it. So when they tell you that they're aware and they already know what's going, when the rest of the community is not even aware of it, it's like, how are you aware of it? Because apparently, from all the news that's been coming out, they fire some of their top people, or one of their top people that actually cares about the game. It's actually taking the time to make sure stuff was working right. He got fired, whatever reason they had, let him go. So instead of keeping those people around that are trying to make the game better for the community, because they like the whole series, they're getting rid of those people because it looks like nowadays they're just more money hungry than anything else. So I just can't play knowing stuff that I know and knowing that it's broken. I would look the other way on some of the stuff if the game was just so good, just couldn't put it down because it was perfect. And I don't mean like it doesn't have to be perfect, you know what I mean? But it has to be bearable, at the very least bearable. To me, it's bearable. I played zombies where I got kicked out of lobbies, or we were up. I think we were at wave like I think 6 or 27, and it was the highest that I had been at the time. And then I got kicked out of that, and then played again with the same group of people. As soon as we got to, I think it was like one wave under where we had got kicked the previous time, we got kicked again, and someone informed me that start getting up anything past 20 that there's a lot of bugs that weren't checked, and you just get constantly kicked out. And then around it came up where it was like a couple of YouTubers that are big hardcore zombie players. They were talking about that whole issue, that as soon as they got up to about 35, they started to get kicked, and those servers were really bad, and you wouldn't connect, and hit markers were off even for the zombies. It's too much shit, guys. And I experienced it a lot on my end, and I hopefully it captures on the stream. But I just can't play that game no more. It truly aggravates the crap out of me. So I'm gonna just put that game down and move on. So I'll see what I'll be playing, and for sure I'll be streaming no matter what. See you guys there. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day.